So in this video I'm going to show you two tips that will save you a chunk of time when using GSA. The first tip is about duplicating a project, and this is a real big time saver. So you can choose any project, right click on it, choose modify project and duplicate. Then give the project a new name depending on what your URL is going to be. So let's just say best hair products for men. So I'm just making that up for this case. So best hair products for men. So it's now here. Open up the project. And the really cool thing about this is you already have a whole bunch of data already in here that you don't need to actually change. For example, let's go to the options page first. So this is all going to be set up as per the instructions of the previous, not instructions, sorry, but the previous settings of the other project. And because I use the same settings over and over, this is already set up, so I don't need to do anything with it. Just go to email and put your new email address in there. And now back to the data settings. One important thing for changing the URL, because you will need to do that, is hit edit and clear. It's 100% important that you hit clear here so that it doesn't build links to the old URL. So clear that out and then put your new URL in here. HTTP whatever. Okay, so again we have the same settings that we want to keep, which is just fine. Starting with there is the list of 500 words that I submit to, so I only need to change the keywords I want to use here when scraping for sites. So, you know, if it's actually, you may not need to change them depending on what type of new project you're using. So you can put whatever in there. Here, products, men, whatever you want to put in there. Obviously important to change your anchor text if you want to submit both anchor text and secondary anchor text if you're using secondary anchor text. Scrolling down here, image comment, guestbook comment, about yourself, all stays the same. Everything stays the same. You will most likely want to change this and choose just a few category words based on whatever the URL you're trying to promote. So just click on edit and delete the ones you don't want. If the new project is extremely close to the old project, then this may just be able to stay the same. Scrolling down, guestbook comment, that can stay the same. Okay, so micro message and the description 250 message, I've talked about these before in the first video, and what you're going to want to do here is again create your 450 character description. Use 2/3 of it for the description 250 box, use the whole thing for the 450 box, put the whole thing in the video description, and then put about 2/3 of it in the micro message. I actually only change these if the topic on the new project that I've duplicated is completely different. If it's highly related, like let's say the project we duplicated from was the best hair clippers for black men, and let's just say that the new project is best hair products for men. That's close enough for me for what we're doing with this, so I would actually just leave in exactly the same micro message, video description, description 250 and description 450, and use that one over again. I haven't had any problems doing that, and it actually saves you time from having to fill this out again. But if the topic is different, then you can do so. However, if you just want to use a new one anyway, it's not too big a deal, and there's not much work spinning such a short snippet anyhow. And that covers it. That's really the easy way to set up a new project, once you already have an original project. And then you can just duplicate for eternity for each new project that you have. Okay, so that takes care of that section. And okay, time saving tip number 2 is in the option setting, and this, hold on, let's see. Here, use URLs from global site lists if enabled. So by choosing this, you will have any previous sites that you've built links to, or that the program's identified, submitted to, and verified. It will use those to submit the links directly to those, which can save a chunk of time. But in doing that, you want the program to not scrape as well, and save you time from having to go out, scrape, find new sites and stuff. To avoid that option, let me see here. You can, yeah, actually that's it. Just take this and just take the whole thing, delete it so that it has no keywords to go out and scrape. Go to your notes, just paste it in there for later. Go back to your data settings. There's no keywords to scrape for, so it can't go out and scrape for sites, so then it will only use your identified, submitted, and verified sites for that particular project, and that will get you links very, very quickly. Okay, so that ends the tips. Hope you enjoyed them, and have a good day.